going King Scooter. I'm giving King. The baby to get there in the match. The baby to get 19. And sorry, the broadcast stopped again. I don't know why it keeps stopping. Here it is. Perfectly fine. Well, and this is probably a world record. This is my. It's probably a new world record. And well, now I'm gonna finish the match. Sorry, last part was cut really short.
Yeah, you can't let him get away with that. Not in a match this big.
And you got a near fall out of it. I'm having a hard time believing that one. Corey, the WWE Championship match between the Ultimate Warrior and Ravishing Rick Rude was the second half of the double main event at 1990 SummerSlam. The rivalry between the Warrior and the Ravishing One was so heated that no one knew what to expect once the two men were able to battle inside a steel cage, which at the time was the most grueling match in all of WWE.
The Ultimate Warrior dominated early on with his incredible strength. Rick Rude turned the tables and used the steel surroundings to his advantage. At one point, Rude dove from the top of the cage onto the Warrior. But after the Warrior's signature Gorilla Press Slam, the Ultimate One climbed over the cage and retained his WWE Championship.
We talk about how important stipulations are in a steel cage match. If superstars sign a contract...
And crushing finale.
He's running out of fumes here. Does he have enough left in him to capitalize?
Corey touched on something moments ago that's so important for the... Here's a cover.
Yes.
The Miz gets the win. When you introduce the enclosure, everything is possible. What a match this was.
Yeah, he's putting in the work.
These guys showed flashes in this match, but flashes don't exactly set the world on fire, as these highlights show very well. I know the match was solidly entertaining, but I really hope these guys would take it to the next level. Regardless, nobody's asking for their money.
Now look at this.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I think business is about to pick up.
With authority. Oh, boy, he is rolling.
He might have it.
Slam down hard. That's how you put an exclamation point on the end of a match, guys.
And
that's what he was looking for, Michael.
That should do it, Cole. There's no coming back from a slam of that magnitude.
What arrogance on display by The Miz.
Oh, that's great. I just had to do that. I'm gonna do tables, man. I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna be Oscar versus Carmella. TLC 2017.
welcome the Empress of Tomorrow.
The following contest is a tables match. Making her way to the ring from Osaka, Japan, Asuka.
Now that's Corey Graves wide. Carmella is his wide.
Oh, man. There it is. And we have unofficially started here.
Yeah, this referee won't put up with too much of this.
What a stomp. Good grief.
That's how you wear down your opponent.
Oh, continuing to punish them. Oh, right to the kidney.
Golly. Ooh, nice Russian leg sweep.
Scoop slam. What a stomp.
Good grief.
Incredible impact.
There are so many different ways for a superstar to put their opponent through the table in a tables match. Some matches start off as wild brawls and a table is brought out from under the ring in the match's opening minutes. In others, superstars are very strategic about when they bring out a table because they know if they're not careful, momentum can be reversed and they could end up being the one who goes through a table.
Oh! Byron, you talked about strategy that involves a tables match. I was in WWE when the Dudley Boys came from ECW, and you could say that things changed a bit thanks to Bubba and Devon. Something that's also important to remember in a tables match is that it's not important how or where the table is positioned. All that matters is that you put your opponent through it.
It's a very simple premise, Michael, but superstars have to be careful. They launch an attack that goes awry, their own momentum can put them through the table and cost them the match. That doesn't include feeling the incredible pain from crashing through a solid wood table. One split second can be the difference.
Through Kofi Kingston's career, the exciting superstar has competed in several types of WWE matchups. It didn't take long for Kofi to get comfortable in the tables match environment. At 2011's TLC event, Kingston took on the Celtic Warrior Sheamus in a tables match for the United States Championship. Kofi was impressive in the match as he combined defense with his unbelievable high-flying assault.
Byron, you spoke about Kofi Kingston's tables match against Sheamus at 2011's TLC event. Some people feel that match was one of the turning points for Kingston. That night, Kofi's usual fun-loving nature took a backseat to a more focused and offensively aggressive competitor. Kofi Kingston's focus was leaving TLC the new United States champion.
And that approach paid off, Michael. Kofi seized opportunity when Sheamus made a rare mistake. He drilled the Celtic Warrior with the Trouble in Paradise kick, and that set up Kofi to fly from the top rope and put Sheamus right through the table to earn the United States Championship. You want to talk about WWE Hall of Famers taking things to the extreme? The first time many fans saw somebody put through a table was in 1984. Randy Macho Man Savage drove Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express through a table with a pile driver at the Mid-South Coliseum.
Corey, I remember seeing photos of that horrible scene in wrestling magazines. The pile driver was utilized when Terry Funk planted Nature Boy Ric Flair on a table at WCW's Wrestle War 89 pay-per-view. And something happened in sports entertainment in the early 90s called Extreme Championship Wrestling. ECW superstars crashed through tables all the time.
And what was going on in Philadelphia caused a craze of wood being turned into wood chips thanks to tables matches. In order to win a tables match, a competitor must be the first person to put their opponent through a table. We've also witnessed brutality evolve and superstars crash through flaming tables.
It shouldn't be a shock that the Dudley Boys were involved in one of the most intense tables matches we've seen in recent memory. At the 2015 TLC event, the Dudleys called on their Extreme brothers Tommy Dreamer and Rhino to battle the Wyatt family in an 8-man elimination.
Hooked up.
Damn, match. That's a...
I bet you feel foolish, right?
Asuka did it. What a huge win. The match at 2015's TLC event with the Dudleys, Tommy Dreamer and Rhino versus the Wyatts, was chaos from the second all 8 superstars were in the ring. Braun Strowman was awesome in his destruction of all 4 members of Team Extreme, but the ECW originals kept their focus on making sure each member of the Wyatt family crashed through a table.
The ECW's originals love a brawling clash with the Wyatts tried to destroy anyone who stepped in their path. The Wyatts took the advantage after Rhino and Devon Dudley were eliminated, and they didn't...
Anyway, this is my 10th street Hell in a Cell match. Bailey. No, I'm gonna do a rematch. Sasha Banks. Versus Shot Flare. A Hell in a Cell match.
It's
Boss time.
And here comes Sasha.
The following contest is a Hell in a Cell match. Making her way to the ring from Boston, Massachusetts, Sasha Banks.
Byron, it's always... Here comes the Queen.
And her opponent from the Queen City, the
Should
SmackDown
made
Women's
this
Champion,
SmackDown
Charlotte
Women's Championship.
Flair.
You know, Charlotte's father, Ric Flair, compares his rivalry with Ricky Steamboat to what his daughter Charlotte has with Sasha Banks.
I can see what the Nature Boy is referring to. It's true to say Sasha brings out the best in Charlotte, and Charlotte brings out the best in Sasha. As bitter rivals as they've been, they've also been grateful to push each other to a new level.
Guys, this cell is absolutely gigantic. Just looking at it makes me happy I'm retired.
Byron, you talk about a new level, Sasha and Charlotte lift each other too. How about them elevating the entire women's division to a level it's never seen before?
Now, if you wanted to define it simply, guys, if you wanted a main event for the poster of the Women's Revolution, Sasha Banks and Charlotte would be at the dead center of it.
Sasha Banks and Charlotte Flair are part of the 4 horsewomen at WWE. Oh.
If you talk to Sasha Banks, she'll tell you life, in her opinion, is all about timing. Maybe 15 years ago, she wouldn't have made it here in WWE. But today, she can be the leader of the women's evolution.
Years ago, Byron, Sasha Banks may not have been main eventing pay-per-views, but today Sasha leads a new era. An era of change, an era of women's wrestling, an era of the boss.
Well, dummies, 15 years ago, Sasha Banks was probably in high school. But I'll agree, Sasha Banks is the right woman at the right time in WWE. But she needs to be careful about designating herself as a leader, because there are a lot of women in the back who feel just as responsible for these changes.
Oh, the old head scissor.
She's definitely energized, but she better make sure she saves something for later. I remember seeing Sasha Banks perfect the bank statement in NXT, and when the boss has her opponent cinched in right in the middle of the ring, there's nothing to do but tap out.
Oh, man, what a hit.
Knocked right off the apron.
When Sasha Banks locks in the bank statement, it's boss time, and it doesn't take very long for opponents to give up from the grueling submission maneuver.
An impressive aspect of the bank statement from Sasha Banks is all the different ways the boss can lock it in. Once that happens, you can consider the matchup over.
Oh.
Turns it around.
Nice move.
Get the hell out much
And it's Charlotte with a reversal.
There's a reason why she's genetically superior.
Charlotte has been the centerpiece of so many WWE milestones, but her match at Hell in a Cell 2016 was her biggest triumph ever.
The Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks had so many epic encounters already, but their Raw Women's Championship match that night warranted a main event Hell in a Cell match.
Byron, that Hell in a Cell match was the first time women main evented a WWE pay-per-view, and both ladies brought their very best to the cell that night.
Corey, I know Charlotte and Sasha took immense pride from headlining that show, but when all said and done, Charlotte is the one we'll forever remember as the winner.
Things are looking bleak for Charlotte here. If you're in a one-on-one match with Charlotte Flair, what kind of strategy do you employ to score a win against the Queen?
You know, Charlotte doesn't really have backup like Rick did with the Four Horsemen. In fact, Charlotte's made enemies out of most of her allies. Beautiful technique. And going back to Charlotte's allies, the Four Horsewomen may look imposing, but Rick didn't anger Arn and Tully to the extent her NXT group have fought.
Yeah, if you can find an alliance to stand in your corner, there's a chance Charlotte might not have any friends in the back to neutralize it.
Boom!
She wants to do this in the ring.
Also, baby, rule number 12 on my channel. If you can't,
watch out! Tossed into the turnbuckle. You know, no matter how many times I see a Hell in a Cell match, I'm always amazed at what these competitors are willing to put themselves through. Oh man, she's rolling now.
In control, swinging neck breaker. Hard to dispute Byron's point about what these superstars put themselves through in an environment like this. She might have it. Look at this. She's trying. Ooh, what impact.
That's just Charlotte proving her dominant.
Always nice when a plan starts coming together.
And here comes Charlotte.
Charlotte is getting ready here.
Popped up.
Meteora. She's calling her out. Oh, the backstabber. Sasha with a bank statement. The bank statement.
Charlotte is in trouble.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, there is no greater thrill than being at the announce desk for a Hell in a Cell match.
You're not going to get her that easy. Neck breaker.
Oh, man.
You know, I'm a little surprised, Corey, to hear you talk about the thrill of announcing a Hell in a Cell match, considering you were there when Shane McMahon shattered the announce desk at Hell in a Cell 2017.
I was there too, Michael, and I'll tell you, I will never look at Hell in a Cell matches the same after that.
You were? An amazing match so far, guys, but it looks to me like we're possibly nearing the end here.
Oh, nasty impact.
Seems like Sasha Banks is losing ground.
We're going to see what she's made of here, guys.
I really expected much more from her here tonight. I'm pretty shocked to see her absorb so much punishment.
Luckily for her, she can afford to take on a bit of offense here. She's still in really good shape compared to her opponent.
Beautiful side Russian leg sweep.
Will she win it here?
Yes.
There's the pinfall. And the victory.
Let's take another look at what made that matchup so memorable.
Critics of these ladies in the WWE might not have been very impressed, but they did do some nice things in there.
Here is your winner, Sasha Banks.
Now that's earning a well-fought victory.
And to be honest,
Well, I'm going to end the part right here. Thank you so much. Thank you for 10,000 turn for 8 subscribers. I must not hey, your friend Taco. Sorry, you're a little too late. And now make sure to comment, like, subscribe for more WWE 2K ring matches. And I probably set a world record most streams to 1 day, 10 streams. The next time is King Cersei. That's one. Bye bye.